before any injuries, pre-camp predictions. Let's start in the AFC East. The Bills have won the division 4 straight years. I'm giving it to them. The Dolphins, it's an offensive league, had the number 1 total offense in the NFL, and Tua threw for 4,600 passing yards. It's an offensive league. The Jets, third. Yes, they have a great defense. O-line questions. Head coach is defensive. Aaron has not taken a snap. More than 4 snaps in 559 days in the NFL. Hasn't taken more than 4 snaps. Sorry about the great defense. Jets third, Patriots fourth. I think that's the first or second worst offensive roster in the league. AFC North, it's the best division in football, so it's inches, not feet. Listen, the Ravens, top 5 offense, top 5 defense, and the best special teams coach in the league. I have them winning the division. Zach Taylor and Joe Burrow have proven when Joe's healthy, they win. What do you want me to say? Last year with Jake Browning, they had a winning record. With Jake Browning, Burrow's back in, they're a playoff team. Steelers, they can't figure out their O-line or their offensive coordinator. I love their roster, frankly. I worry in an offensive league about getting it right on that side of the ball. Love the coach in Cleveland. Total question mark on Deshaun Watson. Weird personality, weird injuries. I'll just put him fourth for now. AFC West, Kansas City until further notice. They've won the division 8 straight times. Best coach in football, best quarterback. They get it. I think the Chargers have limitations on the perimeter, but don't be shocked if they don't make a move for Brandon Ayuk and potentially give up Mack or Bosa on their edge. They've got 2 good edge rushers. They need a star receiver. They may make a move. In my opinion, I'll take them second. I like the Broncos more than Vegas, but PFF says worst roster in the league. Broncos third, Raiders fourth. They've got a rookie coach and quarterback issues. Finally, AFC South, really much better division than people give it credit for. I worried about the Texans pulling back, but they had another really strong draft and free agency period. Stephon Diggs, Joe Mixon, I'll take them to win. I think it's Trevor Lawrence's best roster yet. Jaguars finished second. They were 9-8 last year, and Trevor Lawrence fell apart down the stretch. They'll rebound. I like the Colts, but I question Anthony Richardson's playing style and staying healthy. They're third. And the Titans, I have questions at quarterback, and their offensive line's worse than Will Levis, so I'll take them fourth. We go to the NFC. By the way, I have 3 new playoff teams in the AFC. Bills, Chiefs, Ravens, Texans winning the division. Bengals, Chargers, Jaguars, wildcard team. So that's 3 new playoff teams. That's the average. 3.5 to 4 is the average per year. I've got 3. Let's go to the NFC, where Philadelphia easily the best roster in the division. Nick Sirianni, did he hire better assistants? They started last year 10-1. Then they fell off a cliff. I think they rebound. Maybe not a Super Bowl team, but very good. I'm going to go with Washington. New coach, new OC, new quarterback, new owner. I think they use that energy and juice to catapult. I think they're the surprise team in the NFL, Washington, second. Dallas is a very viable third, but I think they're top-heavy and overly dependent on Dak and CeeDee Lamb to carry the entire offense. Giants, just not good enough at quarterback. I pick them fourth. Let's go to the NFC North. Detroit, number 1 offensive line in football. If you have the best offensive line in football, it's like having the best starting pitching staff in baseball. It gives you so many advantages over everybody else. I love their front office. You know I love Goff. Not great defensively. They've tried to shore it up. I have Green Bay second. Best young offensive talent to me in the sport. They're not paying anybody until Jordan Love here in about a week. I take them for second. By the way, they closed the season out winning 6 of 8 games and hammered the Cowboys in the playoffs. Chicago's a viable third. Can't wait to watch them play, but it's a defensive coach on the hot seat and a rookie quarterback. O-line's good, not great. They're third. I think Minnesota's going to be the best fourth-place team in the NFL. I love their offense, and I'm rooting for Sam Darnold, but the division's too good. I think by the end of the year, we'll say this is the best division in football. I'll pick the Vikings as a really fun, dynamic number 4. Let's go to the NFC West. Yes, I like the Rams. I thought they had a back-to-back sensational drafts. Finished top 10 in total offense and scoring last year. I really like what they've done with their defensive front in the last 2 drafts. Niners are good, but they're an old, expensive football team. Watch out for injuries and the Brandon Ayuk noise. Seattle, hey, they finished 9-8. Geno Smith's good enough to win you games. They have a new staff, a new coach. I'm going to take Shanahan and McVay over the rookie coach. They're third. I love Kyler Murray, but I just don't think Arizona roster right now can compete with the rosters above them. Finally, the worst division in football, I do think Atlanta getting Kirk Cousins and Michael Penix will stabilize the quarterback position. Second best offensive line in football. It's hard not to be a playoff team when you have that good of an offensive line. Bucs have made the playoffs 4 straight years. Baker is more than capable. Carolina Saints not very good. I don't like New Orleans' situation right now, coaching at all. NFC playoff teams, Eagles, Falcons, Lions, Rams, Niners, Commanders, Packers are wild card teams, but only 2 new playoff teams. So the problem I have, only 3 new playoff teams in the AFC, only 2 new playoff teams in the NFC. I'm at 5, the average is 7. So again, I'm going to wait through camp. I'm going to wait for injuries. My take is something will happen. Again, you think it's crazy, we're going to have a surprise team. Mine's Washington. Last year it was Houston. I'm crossing my fingers. I think the Chargers will make a move at wide receiver and potentially move off Bosa or Khalil Mack. That is my guess because they drafted a couple of years ago, previous regime, defensive end from USC who's a very, very aggressive pass rusher. So they've got a little stockpiled talent there. J-Mac, I know your initial thought. I'm not going to bet against the number 1 offense in the league last year, Miami.
Hold up.
They're not going to make the playoffs.
Do you have the exact same winners in the AFC for each division?
Yeah, because they're all star quarterbacks.
That never happens, man.
Well, kind of.
You know that. It never happens.
I don't know. Brady, Manning, and Big Ben won their division year after year after year.
But that's not every division. That's 3 of the divisions.
Well, that's
There's
what I'm saying.
always turnover in
Buffalo,
one division.
Kansas City. Like I said with the Texans, I think Texans-Jags comes down to the final week. That's either a Trevor Lawrence,
okay.
C.J. Stroud.
I'd keep an eye on the Colts.
So I have the AFC East. I have Miami offense and Jets defense. They beat each other up, and in the end, they miss it. They miss the play. They're both in the 9-8 category.
So, listen, this is fine. This is good. But there's no real hot takes in here. And yet every year there's a super whiff by everyone.
Dallas not making the playoffs and Washington with a rookie coach and quarterback.
I'll give you,
fair
enough.
Dan Quinn.
Washington. New owner, right? New coach, new quarterback. There's too much newness, man. There's no shot of Washington. I think you need to get a little hotter and look at the Baltimore Ravens to miss the playoffs.
You want a hot take? I give you one with Washington, and you throw a bucket of water on it.
Well, okay, fair.
Okay, here's another hot take. Niners have the best roster. I have them second.
I don't think that you're my friend. It's not hot. That's just dumb. I'm sorry. The Niners are not finishing second in the division. Come on, buddy. I think we need to at one point this July, maybe August. Let's look into the Ravens a little bit more. They lost a ton, including their defensive coordinator, who was tremendous, and he goes to Seattle.
Did they have John Harbaugh and Lamar Jackson?
Yeah, but it's more than a 2-horse race.
Is it? Not really.
Okay.
If you have a top 5 coach and a top 5 quarterback, you make the playoffs.
Okay, how's this? Let me hit you. Better skill position players, Chargers or Cowboys? Take a deep breath.
I don't like either. They're both really thin.
It's Cowboys. They have CD Lamb. So how are the Chargers in the tougher conference making the playoffs?
Because they have a great quarterback and a great coach. Okay. And Dallas has B to B plus at both. It's a coach-quarterback league. You give me a top 6-7 quarterback and a top 6-7 coach, you're making the playoffs.
If we were doing this last summer, I would have said Houston Texans. You're like C.J. Stroud and a rookie defensive coach. No way, get them out of here.
I did that. That's my Washington. Defensive coach and a rookie quarterback. Washington is my Houston. That's my Houston. We're going to have a Houston. Mine is Washington.
Okay, all right. Should we do a friendly wager on that? Or
no, we have things. I have to go to London. I'm a very international host.
What?
Joe Varden, senior NBA writer for The Athletic, former Cavs beat writer, at Joe Varden the Twitter. He's putting up with our nonsense today. He's in London, one of the great cities in the world. So, it's interesting. I said it that stylistically in the NBA, there are players that the fans and the media love. Carmelo, Russell Westbrook, Harden. But my eyes tell me, stylistically, Embiid is much more